welcome to this second session of English for Traveling. Today we are going to start correcting the exercise of the pill number 1. This is the session number 2. You have the exercises in the website of Ajuntament de Rubí, Gent Gran. This is the first exercise. The exercise on verb to be. Okay, now let's take a revision of numbers. Here we can see the basic numbers. I will tell you how we pronounce them. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go to the descent. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now, let's see how we call what we say in Spanish 20, 30, 40, 50. It's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 or 100. 100 is also 100. Let's see the difference between 14, like a bell, campaneta, and 40. 14, 14, 40, 40. 17, 70. 19, 90. Okay, and how do we form the numbers which are not end in 0? Let's see. 21. 20 més 1. 21. 22. 20 més 2. 22. 88. 80 més 8. It's here. 88. 55. 50 and 5. Okay, this is how we form the numbers. Now, we need numbers, for instance, to say our telephone. Let's take a look here. In English, the 0 is called 0 or O. You see, it's written here. O, like, oh, dear, is the same. And then, if we find two numbers the same together, we say double 2. We can say 2, 2 or double 2. For instance, this number would be 018 901 80399. Let's see with this. 056 or 056 663 52861. Until here, numbers. Then, let's take a look to how to tell our email address. Maybe we go to a hotel and they ask us for our email address. How do we say that in English? Let's take a look. For instance, my email is john.samuels@ gmail.com. The arroba in Catalan, it's called in English at. Here it is. And the punt is called dot. So, my email is john.samuels@gmail.com. john.samuels@gmail.com. Let's do some practice with this. Okay, today we start to study the present simple. When we study the verbs, we always study verb to be first. It's the first verb we study because verb to be is a verb which is very different to the other verbs. We have studied verb to be and now we study all the rest of the verbs, okay, because they are the same. Let's go. Let's take the example. I book a hotel. Book means libra, but it's also a verb which is reservar. So, yo reservo un hotel. Reservo, present simple. Okay? So, how is the affirmative? I book a hotel. You, tú, reservas, book a hotel. He books a hotel. We add an S. He books a hotel. It, Bobby, books a hotel. This is imagination, yes. We, again, book a hotel. Again, normal. You, vosaltres, book a hotel. And they book a hotel. Jo reservo un hotel, tu reserves un hotel, ell reserva un hotel, ella reserva un hotel, el gos, la cosa, reserva un hotel, imagina-t'hi. Nosaltres reservem un hotel, vosaltres reserveu un hotel i ells reserven un hotel. Okay, so we see that in the third person of singular, la tercera persona del singular, he, she, it, we add an S. Afegim aquesta S. If you forget this S, it's not a big mistake. No és un gran error. But if we know and we remember, it's better. Okay? Let's go with the negative. Negative. I don't book a hotel, you don't, this is an apostrophe, book a hotel. She doesn't, and we write doesn't. I will explain after. Ho explico després. Book a hotel. He doesn't book a hotel. It doesn't book a hotel. And back to the normality, we don't book a hotel. You don't book a hotel, and they don't book a hotel. So, what is the change, or what is the difference for the third person? This doesn't. Yes. When we saw the affirmative, we saw that in the he, she, it, we add afagim and s in the affirmative. In the negative, for he, she, it, we have a difference. I don't, you don't, we don't, you don't, they don't, but she doesn't, he doesn't, it doesn't. This is the difference. So, what does this do or doesn't, don't? What is the meaning? ¿Quin és el significat? In English, there are auxiliaries, and we work with auxiliaries. When we see in a sentence do, it's because we are talking in the present, perquè estem parlant en present. Present. When we see did, és perquè estem parlant al passat. Did. When we see will, it's for the future. Estem parlant al futur. So, these auxiliaries are useful, adults, to see which is the tense, el temps que estem parlant. So, we are talking here with don't present simple. Okay. We say auxiliary, but in really, and they are obligatory. So, auxiliary, but they are obligatory. If we forget do or doesn't, si els oblidem, it's a mistake. És una falta greu. Okay, so we don't have to forget do or doesn't. This is the negative. And now let's go with the question. Yes or not? Because the answer is yes or not. Do I book a table? A hotel? Okay. So, the construction. We see the auxiliary, the verb, the subject, and the verb. First, the auxiliary, do or does, the subject and the verb. Okay? Let's go. Do you book a table? Tu reserves una taula? Does, ara veurem després, does he book a table? Does she book a table? Ella reserva una taula. Does it book a table? Again. Do we book a table? Do you, vosaltres, reserveu a table? And do they book a table? Yes? Let's see this. Again, for he, she, it, we have the auxiliary, a difference. It's not don't do, but it's does. Okay? It's not do, but it's does. Sorry. Here, when we say don't in the negative, don't means do plus not. And doesn't is does plus not. So the auxiliaries are these. Auxiliaries of present. When we find in a text do, does, don't, doesn't, this text is in present. So, in the question, we say, do you go to Tokyo? We use the auxiliary. And in the negative, I don't go to Tokyo. Because don't is do plus not. In the question, we say, does she take a photo? And in the negative, we say, she doesn't take a photo. Because doesn't is does plus not. And the last thing, we say she, wow, she takes a photo, but she doesn't, in the negative, take what? A photo. We don't say takes. La S, que afegim al afirmatiu, aquí no la posem, perquè ja tenim el doesn't, que és un signe que denota tercera persona del singular. Us ho explico en català perquè tingueu més clar. I no cal posar una S, que seria un altre signe que denotaria tercera persona del singular. It's not necessary to add this S because we have in doesn't a sign, yes, signal that is the third person of singular, and it's not necessary to add another sign of third person of singular.